So Yaakov returns to Israel for the first time in 20 years. He's going to meet up with his twin brother Esav, whom when we last left him was in a murderous rage towards Yaakov. So Yaakov sends messengers out to his brother to sort of take his temperature. The messengers come back and they inform him, your brother's coming towards you with 400 men. Now realize, Esav is incredibly strong, and those 400 men undoubtedly are not wimps, they're warriors. So understandably, the Torah tells us that Yaakov is very scared and distressed. Why is he also distressed in addition to being scared? One of the commentators tells us, famously, that he was scared because Esav might kill him. And he was distressed over the fact that in self-defense, he might have to kill Esav. Even though it would be totally justifiable, he didn't want to have blood on his hands. And he certainly didn't want to upset their father, who would be losing a son. But one commentator tells us, no, something else is going on. Yaakov was distressed over the fact that he was scared. What does that mean? Yaakov, the patriarch, at his rarefied level of emunah and bitachon, faith and trust in God, knowing that God had told him it's time to go back to Israel, and God had reassured him that he was going to protect him, and God had sent angels, literal angels, to greet him on his way back into Israel. He shouldn't have been afraid. Think about it. Let's choose up teams. You got 400 warriors, I got God and his angels. You know what? I think I'm going to bet on my team. I don't care what the point spread is. So he was upset at the fact that he was scared, even though it was natural to be scared. He felt that as a master of emotions, he shouldn't have been scared at all. And what an obvious takeaway for us right now, because these are very scary times for Jews all over the world. My oldest son lives in Israel, in Jerusalem, with his wife and his children. And every time I've spoken to him since the events of October 7th, I've said to him, are you okay? Everything quiet? Everything safe? He says, Dad, I'm telling you, I'm safer here than where you are. Now that sounds crazy, but think about what's going on across the world, including in the U.S. The violence, the threats, Jews holed up in libraries and in rooms, fearful of raging, violent mobs. It's very scary. And the natural thing to do would be to cower in terror, in fear. But that's not what we should be doing now. We have to be smart about where we go. But in general, this is not the time. In fact, it's the worst possible time to be taking off and hiding our yarmulkes or covering them up or tucking our Stars of David or Chaim necklaces into our shirts instead of displaying them. Now is the time to be the proudest Jews possible. And to remember what King David said in Psalms and Tehillim. He said, Gam ki elech begeit samavis lo ira ra ki ato imadi. Yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no man, because you, God, are with me. He's with us. Don't be scared.